spaces within. This was a tangible reminder of my connection to something greater. In this sacred moment, visions began to materialize in my mind, swirling within the canopy above. Each image unfolded like petals of a flower, revealing snippets of life lived in abundance. I saw figures gathered around the tree, each one bearing their stories etched into their skin, their souls intertwined with a shared understanding of vulnerability. There were the joyous dances of celebration, tears of sorrow, and quiet moments of reflection, all of which resonated with the pulse of the forest. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught my eye. Beside the tree stood a figure cloaked in a flowing garment that resembled the very fabric of twilight. Her eyes sparkled like starlight, carrying the weight of eons yet inviting me closer with an aura of familiarity. "I am the weaver of souls," she intoned, her voice a soothing balm against the uncertainties of my heart. "I bring the stories of those who came before you and of those who will follow in your path. What must I learn?" I asked, desperate to weave my own thread into the vast fabric of existence. "How can I unlock the prosperity and healing that so many have hungered for?" The weaver regarded me with a knowing smile. "To unlock these gifts, you must embrace the shadows within. For it is in understanding both joy and pain that the essence of healing truly unfolds. Each person, each story carries a lesson. To become connected is to honor each thread, not merely those that shine brightest." As her words settled into my being, I felt the truth of her guidance pulse through the air. What if my vulnerabilities were to become the very sources through which I could understand others? Each fear, each scar could serve as a bridge, a portal into deeper connection. The moments passed, the air fragrant with the scent of wild jasmine and pine, and slowly the weaver began to twirl, her cloak spinning around her, drawing me into a vision where I stood amidst a multitude of souls, each one radiating the hues of their experiences. They were casting their stories like seeds into the wind, inviting others to share, to resonate, to grow together in the communal garden of existence. As the scene dissolved, an overwhelming realization washed over me. This journey was not just mine to traverse, it was an invitation for others to join, to create a constellation of shared truths, illuminating the path together. Before the weaver vanished into the embrace of twilight, she leaned closer, her words lingering in the cool air. "Remember, dear seeker, healing is not a solitary pursuit. In every encounter, you pave an avenue for the stories of others to emerge. Seek them out, listen, and watch as the tapestry of your life expands. What connections yet await discovery?" As she faded into the twilight like shadows, my heart fluttered with an array of questions, urging me onward. With the spirit of nature within me and the weaver's wisdom echoing in my spirit, I ventured deeper into the forest's embrace. What tales lay hidden within the heartbeats of those around me? Would I muster the courage to share my own amidst the intricate patterns of vulnerability? The forest cradled my uncertainties as I walked, each step a reminder of the transformative journey ahead. And with every pulse of life around me, I began to understand, perhaps the true mystery of this journey was not only about unlocking the messages within, but also inviting others to unveil their own, dancing in the radiant tapestry of healing that connected us all. The soft rustling of the leaves accompanied each step as I felt the weight of the weaver's revelations settle into the marrow of my bones. The path ahead seemed alive with potential, and each twist and turn of the forest beckoned with the promise of insights yet to unfold. As dusk cast a gentle veil over the landscape, the air thrummed with an unspoken energy, a quiet anticipation that ignited the curiosity nestled deep within me. I meandered through a thicket of ferns, their fronds reaching out as if to embrace me, to connect my spirit with that of the earth. It was in this intimate communion with nature that I felt the whispers of many souls, a cacophony of stories yearning to be told, to be harmonized within the symphony of existence. I closed my eyes for a moment, grounding myself in the present, allowing the pulse of the forest to resonate through my being like a heartbeat. Suddenly, the crisp and alluring fragrance of honeysuckle enveloped me, drawing my attention towards a luminous glade. A small gathering of stone circles revealed itself, just beyond a shimmering veil of willows. Each circle seemed to pulse with energy, and I could sense that they held secrets waiting to be unlocked. I took a tentative step forward, as if compelled by an unseen force, and knelt at the edge of one circle. Within its confines lay a mosaic of leaves and petals, expertly arranged with intention. In the center rested a single, exquisite feather, vibrant and iridescent, shimmering in hues of blue and gold, as if it had captured the essence of the heavens themselves. It felt both foreign and familiar, stirring memories of flight, longing, and freedom. This feather, I felt instinctively, was a bridge, an invitation to a deeper understanding. With care, I lifted the feather in my hands, and the moment I did, a profound warmth enveloped me. My mind whirred to life with fragments of memory, scenes of soaring through vast skies, of being unshackled by the chains of doubt. A vision unfurled before me, revealing not just my past but the essence of those stories that lingered in the forest, echoes of wild aspirations yet to take flight. It reminded me that each sinew of pain and joy within my being was intrinsically tied to the same longing for elevation that danced in the hearts of others. As I closed my eyes once more, the visions shifted. I saw myself in the midst of a gathering, each person holding their own feather, a diverse array of colors and designs, all imbued with unique stories. The air was thick with emotion and anticipation as we exchanged feathers, discovering not only the beauty of our own journeys, but also the profound interconnectedness of our truths. In that moment, the weaver's voice resonated within me: to heal is also to rise together. I felt a pull towards the collective power of shared stories, a reminder that vulnerability was a strength capable of weaving unity. Each unseen wound could transform into the stories of someone who felt lost, each triumph an opportunity for others to feel hope reignite within them. The feather shimmered in the fading light, beckoning my attention back to the present. This single act of discovery, of honoring the connections that weaves us together, felt like the first stitch in a grand tapestry yet to be embroidered. Through my curiosity about others, through every encounter, there was a chance to plant the seeds of transformation. But as I returned the feather gently to its resting place, a wave of uncertainty washed over me, leaving behind a question that lingered like the last notes of a haunting melody: how would I summon the courage to invite others into this tapestry? How would I learn to hold space for their truths while unraveling my own? With the stars beginning to dot the dimming sky, I understood that the journey ahead was not solitary, it was a dance, an exchange of stories that had yet to be written. The shadows lay behind, filled with potential, and the openness of the glade beckoned me onward. Each encounter would offer new threads to weave, and together, we could create a radiant mosaic, a reflection of our connected souls. As I stepped away from the stone circle, the forest around me seemed vibrant and alive, quivering with infinite possibilities. I felt a pulse of compassion and a sense of wonder, a symphony of voices that echoed my own quest. What thread still awaited discovery in this rich woodland, waiting to illuminate not just the path for myself, but for the souls that I had yet to meet? With each step I took, the forest around me continued to breathe, expanding and contracting like the gentle ebb of a tide. The air shimmered with possibility, laced with the sweet notes of renewal and rebirth. The echoes of the past swirled subtly through the atmosphere, urging me to explore not only what lay ahead but also what lingered beneath the surface of my own thoughts. As I wandered further into the embrace of the trees, I felt a tugging sensation at the edges of my awareness, as if the very ground beneath my feet was alive with energy. The footfalls of countless beings who had walked this path before me echoed in my heart. Each blade of grass and every dappled ray of sunlight seemed to whisper ancient truths, urging me to listen more closely. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught my eye, a flash of vibrant orange darting from one tree to another. I paused, curiosity tingling at my fingertips. A small fox emerged from the underbrush, its fur glinting like embers in the softening light. It paused, locking its keen gaze with mine, and in that moment, time felt suspended as a deeper realization flowed through me. The fox held a knowingness, an intelligence that transcended the ordinary. I felt an unspoken invitation in its eyes, a call to trust instinct and embrace the shadows of uncertainty rather than shy away from them. It darted playfully through the trees, glancing back as if beckoning me to follow. Driven by an intuitive urge, I slipped into step behind this guide, feeling both exhilarated and uncertain. As we journeyed deeper into the woods, the air thickened with stories both familiar and foreign. I sensed other spirits wandering nearby, shadows that flickered just beyond the edges of perception, yet whose presence sent tremors of recognition through my being. Images flashed into my mind, fragments of courage mingling with vulnerability, of journeys driven by loss yet lit by hope. Once, the fox stopped before a grand old oak, its gnarled branches stretching out like ancient hands, embracing time itself. The beauty of the tree captivated might was a testament to weathered trials and joys alike. Beneath the oak lay a hollow, the entrance dark but inviting. It pulsed with energy, as if it were a womb of forgotten wisdom waiting to be rediscovered. Taking a deep breath, I crouched by the opening, my heartbeat quickening with both excitement and trepidation. The fox sat nearby, its presence a firm yet gentle reminder that I was not alone in this venture. Just as I began to contemplate stepping inside, the memories surged forth again, enticing me with possibilities that I saw fragments of lives intertwining, moments shared over firesides, tears shed under starlit skies, and laughter echoing through golden fields. The air vibrated with stories of prosperity and healing, of bonds forged in understanding and compassion. These echoes called out to me with urgency, demanding that I delve deeper within to uncover my own hidden messages. With a resolute heart, I entered the hollow. The darkness enveloped me like a comforting embrace, yet within it danced flickers of light, swirling like fireflies. The warmth exuded a sense of comfort, and I felt I was in communion with the collective wisdom of every soul that had traversed this journey alongside me. The enveloping darkness ignited curiosity, coaxing the secrets of my spirit to rise and reveal themselves. Inside, I discovered intricately patterned stones etched with symbols that spoke to ancient truths, each representing journeys of healing, growth, and connection. My fingers traced the curves and lines, awakening something deep within. As I absorbed their energy, I wondered, what can I learn from those who came before me? How do these symbols intertwine with the narratives I hold and the stories waiting to find their voice? In that moment of profound reflection, a question emerged, echoing through the chambers of my heart: what transformational truths lie within the shadows that I have yet to embrace? What would it take for me to unfurl these intricacies into the light of shared experience? Emerging from the oak's embrace, I stood under the vastness of the night sky. Stars winked down at me, illuminating the realization that the tapestry of existence is woven not just from threads of joy but from the depth of struggle and healing too. My footfalls echoed through the forest as I pondered the panorama of stories waiting to arise, obscured by my own fears yet shimmering with the promise of connection. With my heart wide open, I couldn't help but wonder, how can I invite the wisdom of shared journeys into the very fabric of my life? What heartbeats await the harmony of their stories to intertwine with mine, unveiling the hidden messages that will guide us toward a place of abundance and healing? As I walked back into the embrace of the forest, the question lingered in my heart, whispering possibilities that danced just beyond the veil of certainty. The forest seemed to thrum with an energy that resonated in my bones, weaving through the branches and echoing the pulse of life all around me. As I ventured onward, the night air carried the scent of damp earth and blooming jasmine, wrapping me in its fragrant embrace. My senses heightened, I felt more aware than ever, not just of the world around me but of the stillness within, the quiet yearning for answers that were yet to unfold. In that deepening silence, I began to hear not just the rustling of leaves or the call of distant owls, but something subtler like whispers carrying through the wind. Each breath I took seemed to reveal a new layer of understanding, a new direction pointing me further into the mysteries that entwined my heart and spirit. The fox, ever my guide, appeared again, darting through the undergrowth, its vibrant fur glowing like a beacon in the moonlight. It paused, looking back at me with an intensity that rooted me to the spot. In that moment, a wave of energy surged from the ground, clutching at my heels, urging me to follow without question. I moved forward, each step filled with a sense of direction, as if I were being drawn toward a profound revelation. As we traversed a small creek, I noticed the shimmering surface reflecting not just the moon but also something elusive beyond my current understanding. Images flickered, faces, places I had never been, and memories that felt both foreign and familiar, a kaleidoscope of existence flashing before my mind's eye. Each reflection captured a single moment in time, revealing the interweaving paths of countless souls, their laughter, their struggles, and their legacies created in the unseen dance of connection. The fox paused at the edge of a clearing, and I caught my breath at the sight before me. A circle of stones stood in perfect symmetry, worn smooth by the passage of time. Ancient glyphs glowed faintly against the night shadows, pulsing with an inviting light that drew me closer. I felt an intuitive understanding that this place was secret, a meeting point for those who dared to unravel the threads of their destinies. As I stepped into the circle, the air thickened, charged with possibility. In my mind, the question resounded once more: what truths were hidden amidst the tapestry of stories? I reached out, allowing my fingers to glide over the stones, feeling the hum of energy coursing through each symbol etched into their surface. The markings were not just artifacts, they carried the weight of history, embodying wisdom born from both triumph and adversity. Suddenly, a vision enveloped me like a gentle tide. I was no longer standing in the circle but spiraling through time itself, witnessing the lives of those who had come before me. Their lessons appeared like brilliant constellations against a vast void, illuminating paths of self-discovery, resilience, and communal healing. A woman with weathered hands cradled a child filled with hope, a group gathered in laughter, exchanging stories and nurturing bonds that transcended the barriers of time. These glimpses illuminated the fundamental truth: our stories are interwoven, each thread vital to the grand tapestry of existence. In recognizing this, I felt a surge of warmth within my chest, an understanding that the key to transformational healing lay in embracing not just my narrative but that of others. What held me back from sharing the stories within me, from allowing my journey to ripple into the hearts of others? With each recollection, a realization crystallized in my heart: healing doesn't arise from isolation, it blossoms through connections grounded in vulnerability and shared experiences. Each life, a story yearning to be told, held an invitation. By emerging from the cocoon of my own struggles, I could contribute to the collective transformation of our lives. As I withdrew from the circle and stepped beyond the realm of the stones, a new question began to unfurl within me, a whisper that stirred with anticipation: how will I bridge the chasm between my personal story and the stories of those who walk beside me? What steps do I take to cultivate the openness necessary to create a community that thrives on shared truths? The forest loomed around me, vibrant and alive, as I continued my path, the fox guiding me toward destination unknown. Each step felt purposeful, aligned with destiny, the unanswered question illuminating my way like a star leading me through the night. In that moment of reflection, the world felt imbued with possibility, awaiting responses that danced just outside my grasp, urging me to surrender to the journey ahead. In the quiet embrace of dawn, as golden rays splashed across the landscape, I awoke with a sense of clarity unlike any I had experienced before. The dream world of last night still echoed within me, vibrant and alive, the lessons of the sacred circle swirling like leaves caught in a gentle gust. I gathered the remnants of my thoughts, stitching together the fragmented feelings of insight that had blossomed in those ethereal moments. It was time to step beyond mere contemplation and venture into action. I could feel the heartbeat of the universe thrumming in time with my own, urging me to live out the truths I had begun to uncover, to share my story and welcome the richness of others' narratives into my own life. Each encounter I had experienced in the forest, the whispers of the trees, the wisdom in the stones, all of it coalesced into a singular revelation: healing was a dance of connection, a flowing exchange that transcended individual struggles, weaving us together in a tapestry of shared experiences. As I moved through the day, I found myself in the familiar rhythm of my life, though everything felt profoundly different now. The mundane transformed into the extraordinary, the grocery store became a vibrant marketplace of potential connections, the coffee shop turned into a sanctuary of human interaction. With a smile plastered across my face, I greeted strangers, feeling something shift within them as well, an acknowledgement that we were all searching, all yearning for the same connection. I struck up conversations with those I encountered. In the eyes of an elderly man reminiscing about his youth, I saw a reflection of my own dreams. In the laughter of children running by, I relished the joy of present moment awareness. And there, amidst the exchange of pleasantries and heartfelt confessions, I felt the threads of our shared humanity intertwining, a palpable energy pulsing between us. But it was later that evening, gathered around a small bonfire with friends underneath a canopy of stars, that my heart truly soared. As we shared our stories of love and loss, triumph and despair, I witnessed the power of vulnerability unfurl. With each person opening their heart, the warmth of understanding enveloped us, creating a tapestry woven tightly with shared threads. Everyone contributed their unique colors, some bright and shiny, others dark and muted, but each undeniably essential to the richness of the whole. It became clear to me, we are not meant to navigate the currents of life alone, our struggles and our joys are meant to flow into one another, illuminating the paths we walk. In this vibrant circle of souls, I understood that to share was to heal not just ourselves but one another. In our stories lie the keys to healing, each word able to crack open the hearts of others who have felt the weight of similar burdens. As the fire crackled and the night wore on, laughter danced with the embers, dreams ignited under the twinkling stars, and my soul resonated with an awakening so profound it stirred something ancient and holy within me. I realized that by sharing my truth, I was not only liberating my own spirit but also inviting others to emerge from their silences. Each revelation shared unfurled a new thread in our collective tapestry, creating a web of understanding that transcended words. That I, in the quiet of my inner self, I felt a shift, an exhilarating awareness that wrapped around me like a warm hug. This journey that had begun as a search for healing had transfigured into something grander, an awakening to connection. Now I understood that every moment, every thread weaves a story, a legacy shared among us all. As the moon bathed us in its silver glow, I sat back, absorbing the magic unfolding around me. There was a deep peace in knowing that together, we were custodians of one another's stories, healers of sorrows. Even if it meant traversing the tempest of vulnerability, the stars above shared their light with us, and in that moment, I understood the essence of my journey, the kindness of the universe nudging me gently forward. I was never just a solitary seeker, I was a part of something much larger, intricately linked to every soul around me. In this realization, I felt the weight of doubt lift, replaced with the quiet strength of connection, of belonging. As life flowed onward, I carried my revelation, each interaction a dance of stories intertwining. I embraced my role, knowing that healing and prosperity thrive where narratives collide. And in the surrender of storytelling, I found not just my truth, but the truth of existence, the truth that we are all inextricably linked, each thread vital to the grand design. With every step woven into the fabric of life, I saw the world anew, a beautiful unfolding mystery inviting me to embrace both the light and the shadows, to welcome every heart into the journey. Together, we rise, together, we heal, and in the expansive depths of that knowing, I found solace. My heart echoed with a singular truth, eternal and bright: we are all threads in the tapestry of existence, and it is in our sharing that we discover the boundless prosperity of being truly alive.